Hello Cancer, and welcome to Soul Sundays. Cancer, I'm going to draw for you a quick three-cut spread, one for mind, body and soul. So let's get started. Universe and angels, messages and guides, my higher self, I call upon you now to give me a clear and accurate reading for the sign of Cancer. Please tell me what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. Thank you, Spirit. Can I please have 3 cards? One for mind, one for body and one for soul. 4 of Angels, 4 of Swords, rest. Needing to rest this week, Cancer. There's been a lot of intense energy, okay? You would have felt a shift come through. For you, though, I feel like, particularly with so much energy in the North Node, you have Cancer is in the North Node. You are going to be feeling some intensity still. It's a good week to try and take a step back if you can. This is not a week of action. When we say rest, it could mean that maybe health-wise, don't push yourself too hard. Don't be trying to go to the gym, try any new exercise regime. It's not normally something I would tell you, but this is not the week to do something new. This is the week to be really chill, listen to your body. Yeah, because you're going through a shift. There is a new moon in the sign of Aries on the 4th or the 5th, depending on where you're located in the world. And I feel like after that new moon, you'll find that you've got more energy. For the time being, though, the key thing when it comes to your mental state is learning to take a step back and learning when you need to take a step back. The 4 of Swords typically in traditional tarot shows a woman that's kind of like resting, and there's swords over her head and she's got one in the chamber. It kind of looks like she's passed, but she's not. It's a card that can speak about resting after having health problems. So if you've faced something challenging in the last couple of weeks, I can't remember what your reading was. What was it? Trust your intuition, step away from the KFC. Yeah, it's all been about health and mindset right for you. Now, the 4 of Swords speaks about actually healing after those changes. In this deck, it's titled Rest. And in the traditional Rider-Waite of tarot, it speaks about solitude, right? Needing to have some time to yourself, retreat. I'll read it to you from the book. The projection of wounds, outdated beliefs, and false ideas into the world leaves one battle-worn. It's time to rest, heal, and transform. So before any transformation, you need to do some healing work, right? That's for anyone. If you've found that you've gone through things that have held you back or things that have changed and hurt you, then it's really important that you pull back, rest and rejuvenate, and actually question your thoughts that are governing your environment, okay? Because often the negative thoughts that we put out into the world are not the ones that are true. They're just this limiting belief, or this belief that doesn't actually resonate with us anymore. The 4 of Angels prescribes some quiet time for rest, rebalance, and recuperation. 4 is the number of foundations, and you can find some peace by reconnecting to the basic building blocks of your life. Rest here for a while. You're exhausted. Your body and mind need some downtime. Have a massage or a healing. Whatever has brought you to this place, whether it be health, relationship, or career challenges, now is not the time to try and work out why. What was I saying before? Like if you're needing to start a new gym regime, or even like wanting to push yourself harder because you feel like you're not getting the results, this is not the week to do it, okay? This is not the week to try and apply for jobs. It's just a week of actually pause and reflection. Walk away and find balance before re-engaging with an issue. Leave and breathe. Focus on what soothes and eases you. In the softening of this mind, body, and spirit, you will float into a place of solutions. So Cancer, I know that's easy for me to say. I'm sitting on the other side of the camera, but there really is power in pulling yourself back from a situation or trying to solve it, okay? Sometimes all we need to do is actually pull our energy back and not make a choice, and then suddenly things will become clearer. Like if you are wanting to make a change in your physicality, then by actually taking a rest and not stressing over it and worrying over it, which is one of your traits, by removing yourself and not giving yourself such a harsh deadline, you're able to see things clearly. Equally, if you're needing to apply for a new job, or you're getting that feeling like you need to make that change, this is not the week. It's time to just retreat and rest. What's interesting is your card for your physical health is about avoiding allergens. So this is a really big card that's come up quite a lot, and we have had change in season. So we're in autumn now in the Southern Hemisphere, and I know it's spring for the guys in the US and UK, but maybe for you it's as simple as avoiding certain foods that you know you're intolerant to. You know, personally for me, the certain things that I eat, I'll break out in my face. I'll get little welts that come up on my face. It's kind of like telling me it's not good for me. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I really like it, so I'm going to eat it anyway. Do you know what I mean? This is not that week to do that. If you know that you're lactose intolerant, avoid dairy. If you know that certain pollen things cause you to have hay fever or whatever it may be, then maybe avoid going out in fields and running around in the grass or whatever it is for you, okay? This is also a card that tells you about changing bed sheets and clearing through any dust. So if you haven't dusted in a while whilst you're resting and chilling out at home, then this is good advice to actually get into those nooks and crannies and dust. I mean, I don't know how dust gets everywhere, but it gets everywhere. This is a good card for that. All right. Renewal is your soul message. So in rest and cleansing your space, what comes next? Renewal. As I said, we have this new moon coming up in the sign of Aries on the 4th or the 5th, and I feel like it's going to really shift everything for you, okay? I'll read this to you. Giving something a try is not making a lifelong obligation. You can switch, swap, and refine your interests, friends, lovers, career, plan, home as often as you like. If something doesn't fit right, try something new. And if that doesn't work out, try something else. What you're looking for could be right around the next corner. There is no failure in moving on or starting over. So this is big because it's telling you to take a rest from making any decisions this week. And then in doing that, I feel like your soul is going to give you the answer that you need about renewal. So for some of you, if this is about a relationship, then by taking a step back, you'll be able to see where your heart is actually centered. Like, is it in the basis of you wanting to start again and rebuild something, or is it in the basis of it's time to walk away? You can't do that unless you kind of remove yourself from the situation, right? We're always the best advice givers for other people because we're not emotionally involved. We can see clearly. But when it comes to us in our own personal situation, there's emotions, right? And it's much harder to try and be discerning about what it is that we want and what it is that we feel. This is a card about listening because your heart's going to give you the answers. Your heart is calling. All right, Cancer, that was your message for this week. I hope you found it helpful. I wish you all the very best. If you did like this video, please hit the thumbs up. It helps the channel more than you know, and I'll be back with you next week. Take care.